Hello, everyone. We are right in the middle of bouncing, so to speak.
Or, or something.
So, if you want to explain exactly what we mean by that.
Okay, so currently, it is my opinion that Prowess is like by far the best deck that we know of, and has no discernible weaknesses in my eyes.
I agree.
However, for one, I have some ideas about things you can, like, I wouldn't say I'm devoid of prowess ideas, but I wouldn't say they're like fully cooked or anything. So for now, I feel like there are still some other things that maybe could be explored.
Yeah, notably, the operative word as usual is Prowess is the best deck we know of, you know?
Yes.
There might be decks that we don't know of that could be better than Prowess. Or I would think it's unlikely that there's a deck that we don't know of that is like quote in a vacuum better than Prowess, but like, you know, you could think of decks that could maybe like actually beat up on Prowess while not losing enough against other things such that it could make sense to register for a tournament, you know?
So basically, like, recently there have been like decks using black mid-range creatures as a tool against prowess, and I feel like using these creatures makes sense, but I'm not sure I like the decks people have been playing with these creatures, you know? So I wanted to see if we can like play some better cards with our black mid-range creatures. I'm not sure if it'll work, but you know, like.
So are the cards that people have been playing with these black mid-range creatures cards like Deep Cavern Bat or like I don't know, Spyglass Siren?
Well, like, kind of, but also like, for example, this mono black deck is just like it's all removal and creatures and unholy annex has the card draw spell. You know, like.
I'm not sure I believe in Unholy Annex, indeed.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's complicated.
Whoa, I just noticed that we no longer have Archfiend here.
Yes. I mean,
I guess slots are hard.
I agree slots are hard. Like, I'm not sure which mix of black mid-range creatures there should be. It's possible it should be a different mix of black mid-range creatures, you know?
I definitely one thing I like about Archfiend theoretically as a black mid-range creature is that it like kills them faster. You know?
I agree. You want to like do this?
Sure, why not?
Sure. Do you have opinions on? Should we have more over something else?
You could try putting in a second Archfiend over like I don't know. Is 4 duress really where we're at? I do like duress, but
it seems like it's very important against prowess, right? Like,
okay.
You don't really have a good plan for Corey Steelcutter in play.
Yeah, I also have some questions about like whether the bounce package is necessary, though obviously like Storm Chaser's Talent is a nice card with stock up. So,
yeah.
You know.
I just feel like the bounce package is like better rate than other cards, you know?
Yeah, better rate than cards that aren't Kaido, and Kaido has problems right now.
Yeah. Anyhow, let's battle.
Sure.
Wait, I don't want to play 4 3s and 5 4s. That doesn't. Okay, it'll be fine. So like, I feel like I don't know. Playing C4 makes sense to me because uh I don't want to like get stuck with hands where I have a bunch of fears and no things to pick up.
Yeah.
Okay, let's keep.
Sure.
Like fear would be pretty bad in this hand, for example, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Let's take frenzy.
that makes sense.
I'm also curious if it's better to have fourth fear third to tape than fourth to tape, and or like which way the split is better. I baseline agree with the split that has four to tapes, but
Do you think we will cast Gearhulk or Children next turn?
I think it depends on what they do this turn.
Kind of imagine they will double shock.
Fair enough. Uh, I think I'd rather cast Shieldred this turn.
I think I agree. It's better into Monstrous Rage.
Yeah, that was exactly what I was thinking.
Obviously, you can take their Monstrous Rage, but I kind of want to check it myself.
I like that. I like that targeting ourselves also gives us 2 life.
Yes.
Also, Shieldred is nice into them being incentivized to like cast Tursa this turn, you know? Well, it
Mm-hmm.
looks like they might have monstrous rage.
Concern.
Well, let's block, I guess.
Well, we could choose not to block.
Hmm. What's our plan? Is the block better next turn? I guess we like Gear Hulk away the monstrous rage. Is that the
Yeah.
plan?
Or if we draw a land, we can hold up 5 in a town. Or if we draw a bounceable, we can hold a town. Or like,
Okay. I see the vision.
okay, so let's say,
They would put us to 5.
yeah. I feel like it's kind of fine if they do that, right?
Yeah, we go to 7. Yeah, that's probably fine.
Okay,
Nice. That's a good draw.
I agree.
Wow, they
Nice.
had a monstrous rage.
Okay, so we could just cast this now.
I honestly don't hate. I kind of just want to cast it now. Yeah.
Just target Nemesis and then recast.
Yeah. Like it's just more mana efficient, and I think that matters when our hand is what it is, you know?
Okay, do you want to attack?
That's an interesting question. We barely don't die to monstrous rage, so that's a good sign for for being able to attack. I'm worried that it's only barely not dying to monstrous rage, though. So what if I don't?
Okay, so like, won't it like die next turn if we attack?
Do they? They go to
10 and then
10,
8, and
8.
then on our turn
Oh,
we
well, okay, well,
yeah.
we do the, okay, sure, I guess we can attack, yeah. I forgot how fast shield did kill. Also, I was thinking like, oh, we probably can't Gear Hulk to deal them 2 damage because they won't have any cards in hand. And I forgot that we have another way of dealing them 2 damage. Wow, do they have the Monstrous Rage? I see.
Okay. Um.
You know what would be nice? It would have been nice for them to have the Monstrous Rage put us to 1 and then kill us in their draw step.
I agree. Okay, so as usual, our sideboard is not very scientific.
Far
I
be
have
it
to
from
go
us to
for
be
the
scientists.
I so the reason there are a bunch of go for threats in our sideboard is that I was scared of Oculus opponents, where No Mercy Run is not very effective.
Uh-huh.
Um, I'm not sure if I plan to bring them in against. Wait, I guess Duress is bad against them, right?
Yeah, the rest is pretty mediocre. But by the way, Zled, they probably have Lightning Strike in their deck in at least some small quantity, or at least most people do, I think. So
Okay, so
3 is not safe, but
we could also board in something over the fourth stock up.
I think Duress might like. I think we should have a split of Duress and stock up rather than all 4 stock up. I mean, we can also like swap with other things other than splitting that specifically. But mostly, I wanted to express that like Duress does have enough text against them to like be fine to have some copies in our deck. You know.
Mm-hmm. I feel like stock up is probably the worst part of it. We could cut the third talent or like the fourth talent or something. But I feel like this is
I think Town tends to be pretty nice against them, right? Like just bouncing a 3-drop and bouncing a 3-drop and a removal spell is like just nice.
okay.
Where
Um,
Hopeless Nightmare is a removal spell in this case.
do you want to swap a talent and a third stock up, or not really?
I have
My
no
my
idea.
guess is not. My guess is not really.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay. Oh, Lynx is a card. Good
Does
point.
that mean? I don't know if that means anything.
Well, we have a lot of basics, so it'll be fine.
Yeah, we have a lot of basics. We have like we brought in a bunch of go for the throats.
Hmm. Do you think we need to?
I think
Okay,
we
are we
can keep
keeping?
this.
Okay.
I
Are we
think
leading on duress so that we don't, so that it doesn't miss after we nightmare?
uh yeah. Generally, it's better to lead on duress, right? I guess we could be worried about drawing fear. Do you think they're gonna shock us in response and our duress will miss?
Okay. I want to take Volt. I think.
Uh, yeah, that makes
Like
sense.
our deck doesn't really have shockables.
I agree.
Okay.
Well,
Let's just main face this, right?
yeah, yeah. I don't think we want to let them village because I think them villaging would be good for them as opposed to like
Mm-hmm.
playing the nemesis.
It's a bit unfortunate that our nightmare is just gonna keep this first lightning, but
Yeah, I mean, do you think we should?
okay.
Okay, okay. I guess we probably don't want to cast the other nightmare now then. I was gonna ask like, do you think it's worth it to like cast other nightmare instead of killing the
Mm,
nemesis? Like if they
might
had
have been.
discarded burst, right?
Mhm.
They could target Emberheart Challenger to dig for a land.
Hmm. Okay, do you want to bounce Challenger, Nowhere, and then Nightmare?
I like that. That is what I was thinking. And we want to find something. Anything,
Mm-hmm.
really.
Hmm.
Let's stock up.
We could also discard the card. I guess it's probably a removal spell, but it could be a removal spell that they can't cast.
Well, I assume that it is a removal spell that they can't cast or a burst lightning.
Mm-hmm.
In which case, I don't think there's any hurry to discard it, I guess.
Okay, let's take. I want to take Talent. I'm not sure whether we want Underground River or a Tapland.
Uh, I guess the question is mostly how much do we value holding up Nowhere to Run, because I don't think I would, like, cast Fear over doing that. Maybe I would. I feel like at 10 I kind of value Painless Lands, though.
Okay,
I think it's fine.
it'll be fine, surely, or something.
Also, it's a creature land, you know? Creature land might be nice.
Yeah. Okay. What should we do now?
I like getting rid of their last card. Like, we can
Okay.
go get rid of their last card, play Talent, hold up Nowhere for this 3/3 they're about to make.
It is face up, so they might not make it, but yeah.
Yeah, but like I don't know. I don't know if them not making it is bad for us, you know?
Mhm.
Okay, fair enough.
And we do have a town, so we can just do that, I guess.
Yeah, I like Town.
I assume it's okay to attack.
Yeah, I think you could consider attacking with only the 2/3.
Yeah. I think like our clock is like pretty fast, right? Because we're about to like have
Yeah.
town and nightmare and stuff. So
Well,
I kind of want to hit
mostly
that.
mostly the one damage might not matter. Like it might be an odd number, you know. It only matters
Well,
if we might. I guess we could cast two things on like an even number of things on a following turn. In which case it would.
yeah. But my suspicion is that that will occur. So
Mhm. And do you want to just like if they animate the thing? Do you want to set an end step stop so that just to guarantee that we're able to cast Nowhere to Run before they untap?
it'll be fine. It'll give me priority if they
Okay.
activate it, right?
I honestly don't know if that is the case.
It is definitely the case. Okay. So nine. So bounce nightmare. If we bounce two nightmares and nightmare done twice, then refill lethal, right?
Yes, I agree with that statement. We could even choose to only bounce one nightmare because I'm pretty sure one nightmare reef is not lethal. You need to at least cast another spell. But you would probably bounce nightmare talent in that case. But yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, that's probably better because now they can like kill a thing and then maybe okay,
Or
didn't
choose
do
to
that. That's
die.
fine.
They could also choose to die.
Hmm.
Oh, I just noticed I should take a moderator action in chat. I do love me some cheap viewers. Raise your
Hmm.
hand if you would describe yourself as cheap.
Hmm. Okay, well, black mid-range cards continue to be able to defeat mono red. Okay.
Yeah, let's keep it.
Sure.
I
I
assume
assume we should lead on talent.
yeah, lead on talent and then dress after that.
Mhm.
Peter redeemed explore. Let's explore. Um, oh, Hannah, I banned a bot saying cheap viewers at XYZ or whatever, and I asked, I said I do love cheap viewers. Raise your hand if you're cheap. Uh,
Hmm.
my
Do we take stock?
maybe it's better to take founding than stock up.
It could be.
Because if we take stock up, don't they just like cast founding on 2 next turn? Oh wait, no, that doesn't line up with stocking up because it happens before you can play your land. Never mind.
I want to take stock up, I think.
Yeah, okay, let's take stock up. Grand Moff Tarkin, stock up is like founding is not necessary. They just like put a bunch of dragons into play.
Yeah, also they can up those hit.
Uh, Anyways, Peter, your exploration reveals a Smelt Lord Minotaur. This is a 2 and a red for a 2/3 Minotaur warrior with whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, target creature an opponent controls can't block this turn.
Do you think in practice it's going to be worse? It'll turn out to be worse that we have taken the stock up?
Given that they drew the second stock up for turn 3, yes.
I also suspect it won't matter,
Yeah,
considering
I
our hand was not very
agree.
effective. Our
Do you
hand was not very effective for this
do you think we
matchup.
should have just leveled up and gone back to rest?
Oh, that was a lot better. I forgot about many properties.
Uh-huh. It's okay, we can duress them next turn.
Yeah, it will even take a Willows probably.
I assume that is much better than casting stock up.
I agree.
Though who knows, maybe our stock up will see 2 duresses.
Hmm. Okay, well, let us take a Willow's Awakening.
Yes. That is a scary hand.
I suspect we will not be winning.
You know, you lose some, you lose some others, you know?
Hmm. I wonder if there's like a reasonable main deck grave take cards you can play for this matchup. Let's cast Sokka.
I don't see what other moves we can take. I don't want to
Well, we
attack
can.
with I don't really want to attack with Reef if that's what you're suggesting.
Okay, well, that didn't really help. It's okay.
No, it does not.
Oh wait, I forgot we could take a spell. It won't matter. It's okay.
Wait, what was the spell?
Um, there might have been a spell.
No, I thought it was Preacher for Lands. I swear it was Preacher for Lands.
That might have been true.
Wow.
Would you rather draw two storm churches and two towns?
I don't know if I would rather. Do you think we should attack them and mill
Maybe.
them? What if we mill all of their abuelos?
Hmm.
Like this is legitimately a thing because like we know that they've stocked up like what like three times, so their bottom
Oh.
nine cards are not abuelos, you know, like
Hmm. Should we actually do that?
uh, like I think that legitimately attacking with Reef might be a stronger play than playing Preacher, but
Okay.
I'm not sure, you know.
Hmm. Okay.
Like specifically because we can like know where to run to save our thing.
Okay. Well.
uh,
Um.
wow,
We can get back to rest.
yeah we can duress again. I think that's best.
Okay, let's do that.
It's entirely possible that they just took abuelos and don't have another land to cast it. This would be a hilarious game to win. Is all I'm saying.
Hmm.
Of course, we got to be careful of the classic omniscience win con get to 10 mana.
Oh, right. I did forget about this part.
Okay.
It's okay. We'll die before then. Okay.
Okay.
We're we're still not dead.
I agree. Do you want to attack them and mill them again? Oh wait, is that better?
Wait. Um.
We can. I mean, casting it for 5 is the same as casting it for not 5.
I agree.
We can't. We can get back to rest, but not play it.
That doesn't sound very useful. Let's just attack and play a creature.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I like that.
And we're just milling them again because of the. We
Yeah,
know that the cards on bottom are not useful.
yeah. There's like 12 of them at this point.
That's a bad sign.
I mean, what else did you expect to be in their hand? You know?
Fair enough.
This really feels like a comedy of errors on their part. We've been so dead for so long.
Hmm.
Okay, now okay. The fact that they cast the Omen side makes this worse for us now because now it's not the bottom 12 cards that are useless. It's like, some random portion of their deck. So we have to mill even more. Um,
Hmm.
okay, well, they don't have Abuelos in hand. Well, I guess now we even have a Go for the Throat. Wait, can we
That
like?
can't possibly. There's a second omniscience.
Well, we have a town for the second omniscience theoretically.
Hmm.
I guess the real
Okay.
question is, do you think we should attack with the Reef?
My guess is no, but that could be nonsense.
I'm down for no.
Okay. Well.
We have mana for Town plus Duress. It's just like we know they don't have Abuelos in hand, certainly.
Yeah. Okay, do you want to just cast Preacher and pass?
Yes, I think I do.
Okay. Okay.
There's also some line where we don't cast Preacher to play around another Spell Pierce, because, like, I assume this is the list playing, like, 2 Spell Pierces. Oh, okay. Great. We don't have to play around it. What is going on over there? Secretly, they just have 2 Abuelos. They have 16 cards in the library.
Okay. Do we have lethal?
I think so.
Okay, so I should just target this and this, right?
Well, unless you want to bounce the meringue, but I assume you don't want to bounce the meringue because you want to go for the throated instead. Right?
Yes, and it plays around Pierce to
Yeah.
do that.
The mythical third Pierce.
It could be a third Pierce. You never know.
I agree. Do it on our turn, right? For the prowess trigger. Or actually, I guess no. That. Wait.
Wait.
Okay, so surely what we want to do is get back to rest, play to rest, take Afara's dismissal.
Yeah.
Right? In which case we want a prowess trigger with that? Or wait, do we have enough mana to... We don't have enough mana to also reef. So we want to hold the go for the throat for the prowess trigger to make it lethal? Right?
Yeah. Okay. Or we could just draw the rest. Nice.
That's true. That is nice.
Classic game to win. Okay, well, much to consider.
You know, sometimes the Omni match, sometimes the Omni deck is the Omni deck, you know?
Yeah. Okay, I guess, I guess probably we should have some of these go for the thirds.
Yeah, let's see. Well, what cards are bad? Like, surely this Carsey Revenant card is, like, kind of fake.
Well, it is any creature.
I agree it is any creature. Maybe it's less do you think it's more or less fake than Archfiend?
Kind of hard to say. Okay, let's start by cutting all of these nowhere to runs, surely.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But we might want some go for the threats, especially considering 6/7 flyer.
Yes. Do you think we want Get Out? Probably not. But like,
my guess is no, but like,
it counters the draw 2, discard 1 thing.
Oh.
Probably not.
Do you think we can tick Filigree Silex up to 10?
No. I like that when we take it up to 10, we can then sack it to deal 10 instead of sacking it to kill Omni. I agree they sometimes board into White Overlord. We could consider this Withering Torment card also. It's more expensive, which is bad.
I agree with that statement. How do you feel about this?
Sure.
Valkyrie.
Do we need to, we don't need to kill Voice of Victory. We need to kill the other one. The point still stands, but
I
should we keep this?
assume. Well, Did you actually want to keep it?
I think that was a borderline hand.
Huh.
I think we probably mold because we have Ghost Vacuums in our deck, but like having Duress and two talents is like nice for like aggression, you know?
Hmm. I would say like because our deck contains Ghost Vacuum, I'm not willing to keep like a dubious 7, right?
Yeah, yeah, I agree with that, but I think that's like the kind of thing that you should at least think about.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's dubious, but not that bad.
Hmm. Okay. Should we duress on this turn?
I think so to take because like stock up is a very relevant card to take.
That's fair. Um. Hmm. Do I take Riddle? Is that bad?
I like taking Riddle. I don't know. If we take Riddle, they have no play next turn.
Yeah, but like in 2 turns, it might be.
Well, 2 turns from now is 2 turns from now, you know?
Yeah, but like, do we have a plan for 2 turns from now?
I don't know. Wait, like our turn theoretically, like if we hit our land drop. Oh wait, we're on the draw, not on the play. Okay, that's worse.
Hmm.
Like I think some of our plan might be they just don't hit the card omniscience. I don't know.
Well, I feel like there are some flaws in our plan, such as oh, I thought they were gonna discard Overlord.
Oh right, they can reanimate Overlord. I forgot that they can reanimate Overlord. Well, if wait, okay, them reanimating Overlord is whatever. We just bounce it. I think it's like kind of fine.
Do you
Anyways,
want to just town
yeah,
for damage here?
let's just like put a bunch of otters onto the battlefield, you know?
Hmm.
I am famously a fan of otters.
Hmm.
I don't know, aren't we like hitting them for almost lethal next turn?
This is true. Hmm.
Like if we draw either duress or nightmare, they die.
Wow,
Wow.
we drew the rest. This is a nice match.
Do you now believe me when I say that 2 turns from now is 2 turns from now?
Hmm.
We just had an emotional support shielded.
Hmm. Basically a cutter deck. That's a nice one. Any prowess opponents? Okay. I mean, this hand isn't perfect, but I assume we should keep.
I agree that we should keep this hand. If we can't keep this hand, I feel like this deck that says things about the deck or the format, you know?
Hmm.
Like it's possible that we can keep the hand. I'm just saying that it would say something.
Also, we should not be playing for Underground River, by the way.
Like basics might be better. Is that the claim?
Yeah.
That might be true.
The deck is mostly, I guess it's,
Wow,
at this point, it's,
your wish was granted.
Okay,
If they cast Cutter, what are you bouncing?
Good question.
I think my answer is Cutter. For one thing, we could spike a Duras. It's not amazing.
Yeah, I think I agree with Cutter.
Mostly it's like, if we bounce Swift Spear, they are basically guaranteed to like make a Cutter token next turn, right?
Also, do you think this means something?
They played. Oh, I guess they didn't play Spire Bluff on one, so they like drew Spire Bluff.
Yeah. Oh, so, but that kind of implies they have a third land, which makes our play a little worse.
That's fair. Do you think we should just play Nightmare here?
It's a little bad.
What is our plan? Is our plan to stock up into land so that we can like cast Gearhulk next turn? Maybe that's good. I think I like that.
Okay.
Or at least I feel like I like that in theory, where the theory is like with the theory of Gearhulk might be nice versus them or something. I also wonder if we were supposed to take second Nightmare.
Oh. Interesting.
Like on the theory of we just want them to have 0 cards in hand or something, so it's hard to trigger their Cutter.
Yeah, maybe. But we can already, like... Do you think we'll lose to Underground Rivers?
Quite possibly. You want to cast the Gearhulk anyways?
Well, there's some other options.
I feel like I want to cast the Gearhulk to like make sure they don't have a stock up in hand or something.
Okay.
Wow, it's a stock up. Maybe we're not allowed to take it though. Do you think we should take second Cutter?
We maybe should take second Cutter. The problem with not taking stock up is that we have no plan for the stock up. But maybe the plan is like eventually Nightmare them.
Okay, well, what if we take the stock up and like say it's fine if you cast Cutter plus spell as long as you don't hit like another spell because we have this 4/4 blocker.
Well,
I guess they get to see a lot more other cards is the problem.
Yeah. Oh, taking Opt makes the next turn much worse.
Oh, that's true.
But no, but they can draw any land or a second spell.
Yeah. Taking Opt makes their. I would like taking Opt a lot more. Also, did they forget to attach? That's very funny. I would like taking Opt a lot more, if not for the fact that we are literally causing them to draw a card. You know.
Okay, so what occurred is that what they wanted to do was not move the one that was attached, so they could attack, and so that they could attack with the 4/4. But then they moved the wrong Cutter. So,
okay, I see. That makes a lot more sense.
Okay. Well, I don't feel very alive. Do you think we should hold up nowhere in town?
I guess. Is that I guess it's like hard for Nightmare to do that much right now.
Yeah. It's not a perfect plan.
It certainly isn't. Wait. Do we want to
Oh.
prevent this from? Do we want to like town a cutter right now?
Oh.
Like nowhere something town a cutter?
That doesn't seem that useful.
I
Like,
guess
it just
not.
gives them another spell for later, and then,
Yeah, okay. I guess that's mostly worse than towning a monk.
mhm. I guess. Should we, like, kill something?
I assume we should kill the 3/3, the one that currently has a cutter attached.
Well, we could just bounce it.
Oh, fair enough. So I guess we kill
So
Swiss Speed.
maybe, yeah.
Sure. A lot of prowess tokens.
Are we just dead anyway?
Surely not literally dead. Like
Could be.
if they have like no land, certainly not. Okay.
Okay, well, I assume we should use our spell.
I agree. We go to 4.
Um,
I don't really know how we like are not dead this next turn.
I agree. Let's cast stock up.
Yeah.
I guess we could have held up, like, re block with the reef,
That
but
seems kind of bad.
okay, well, let's die, I assume.
I love dying. Wait, was it the case that they have drawn all 4 cutters this game?
Uh,
Wait. Oh, did we? No, we took the stock up. Okay, not the color.
okay, well, hmm. Stock up looks a little bad in comparison to a creature that game, I would say.
Hmm. What we need is vigilance. I feel like.
Hmm. Yeah.
Well, like what we need is for Oil Deep Gear Hulk just to like have the word vigilance sharpied in, you know?
Mhm. That would be a pretty massive card. Okay, what do you think we should take out? Also, do you want more Griffiths or not really?
uh, not really. I don't know. Yeah, I like cutting a stock up, but like only one. I feel like Storm Chaser Talon is pretty mediocre versus them. I feel like we can't
Yeah, that
really
sounds.
race them in that manner that effectively.
That seems probably accurate. But I feel like I still want two though.
Hmm. Uh,
Okay, can I cut the go for the throw? Is that bad?
sure. It might be better to cut a nowhere to run.
Okay, that's getting really low on bounceables, right?
It's 9. Okay, I guess that's pretty low. Okay, sure. We can cut the go for the threat.
Hmm.
Should we keep?
No.
Not a classic keep and hope. Um, nowhere to
Not
run.
enough play.
Are we putting stock up to the bottom? I was thinking, what if we like put nowhere to run land on the bottom? That might be really bad, but
I mean, not unreasonable.
yeah, we could also put children. We could just put nowhere to run children on the bottom, or like children land. I don't know.
Hmm.
Okay, what if we put what if we put nowhere to run children on the bottom and just declare that like we're fine casting Filigree Silex on turn 2 into stock up on turn 3, and then our stock up will just like find spells. It's fine.
Okay, I think that makes sense.
I assume the Filigree Silex is not a card that gets ticked up very often in this matchup.
Well,
Oh, I guess it can
it's
destroy
complicated.
cutters.
If I cast Monastery Sister, you might tick it up.
Hmm.
But maybe not. Hard to say. It's also possible this card is fake.
Hmm.
Pretty possible you should play Malicious Eclipse. It's also pretty possible you should play Malicious Eclipse main deck.
Hmm.
And that might help.
I kind of wanted to tick it up, honestly, but I don't know. Let's take 2
Hmm.
spells of questionable quality.
Well, we could take a land. I guess we should take 2 spells.
Mostly, I
Oh,
want the nightmare
the
for town purposes.
Scavenger Fusion?
Wow, our opponent's so good
Hmm.
at being mana value diverse.
Okay, well, Village of Alex sure has looked pretty embarrassing here.
Well, it would be better if it were on 1 right now, certainly. Then we could like kill this Swift Spear and Talent, which like isn't actually that bad, I feel.
I guess. It's a little bad. Do you think you should crack it now so that we don't have to play stupid nightmare games, or is
Wait,
that fake?
what is our plan with Nightmare? Well, like, what is our plan this turn?
Hmm.
I think I want to crack it now. Well, okay. How are we dealing with the slick shot? Are we like bouncing it?
I assume we're bouncing it.
Okay. Do you want to just like cast Nightmare then and pass?
Well, then do you want to crack first then?
Well, like we can always crack it like after bouncing the slick shot, right? I assume that's better.
I guess. so. It's a little complicated. Okay, if they have Salkirus, we're losing this. We're losing shit.
Yeah, I agree. That sounds like a true statement. Wow, nice.
Okay,
Rewarded.
I guess so.
Okay, let's lose to Spellfierce.
So it's like now we have to play a stupid timing game. You know?
Wait, what's the stupid timing game?
Uh,
Like, wouldn't we want to bounce that anyways, even if their Swift Spear wasn't on the battlefield? Like, I don't
I
think
guess
going to
so.
one is a solution here.
Okay, well, should
Okay.
we Silex and leave it in place so that we can town and?
That might be the play.
Okay, I have a better idea. Shouldn't we nightmare? Shouldn't we double nightmare them and hope they don't draw a spell?
Sure. Yeah, that sounds better.
It's not a perfect plan because they need to not draw spells 2 turns in a row.
Yeah, I mean, whatever, you know?
I feel like we may have lost to having the card Filigree Silex in our hand, which
Wow, that was a nice spell. Hmm.
hmm.
Do you think we're about to lose, like, any spell? Oh, okay.
Okay, well, do you think we'll be able to take? I guess literally not.
Hey, we could draw a town next turn to bounce both slingshots.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that was not a great showing for the card Filigree Silex.
Nope.
Do you want to play Malicious Eclipse?
Eh, I still kind of believe in this Filigree Silex card, maybe, but
Okay.
I wanted to see him play for at least one more game, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I suspect that game we were supposed to tick it up the first turn it said in play, and then, like, we've taken, like, a little less damage or something.
That's true. Okay, well, let's show the hand of Magic the Gathering cards. How do you feel about it?
Well, I would never keep this against prowess.
Okay, let's mulligan.
Yeah, I think it's like very rare for me to want to keep that hand. Okay, we
Okay,
can keep
well,
this. Are we
Bottom Reef?
putting? Yeah, I like that. Well, we could have bottomed like basic land instead,
I agree we could have done that.
on the theory that we could theoretically play Reef on turn 3. You think we will bounce just our own nightmare? Oh, I guess we should discard town.
Oh. Huh. I guess so.
Like, I assume we do not want to bounce anything of our opponents.
Well, their deck has like all kinds of like they have some Archfiends and Unholy Answers and stuff.
Sure. Do you want to discard Oil Deep instead? Is that the plan?
I might want to discard Creature.
Really? I feel like Preacher's our best plan right now.
And where they like have momentum break in, then it'll be really bad.
Do you think if they had Momentum Breaker, do you think... I guess we didn't know that they were only spending 1 mana on... Well, like... Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, what do you want to discard?
Land?
Okay. Hmm. Do you want to play around Winter Breaker or not really?
Hmm. I don't hate just casting Fear here.
Okay.
I like that it
Yeah.
blocks, for one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Noted 3/3. 2/3. Wow, they had
Wow.
Momentum Breaker.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we could have discarded Gearhold.
I just am not actually sure that like town would be that. Uh, I guess we do
And
want
where
the
did
town at some point here.
and where were you about to really want town next turn?
Hmm. Well, let's play our preacher. Should we
Let's
attack?
attack.
Okay, yeah, let's attack. I like that if they attack us back and then drain us for 2, we're at the same life total. Well, I guess
Hmm.
they could pay life to their pain land if they know the tech.
Guess so.
Okay, I assume they have a pixie in hand. Oh, really? So that's a surprising play, I would say.
Well, they don't know. We don't. They don't like. We could have an answer.
That's fair.
Okay. You want to attack?
Can Gearhulk discard our land? Is that something that's allowed to do?
Yes.
Okay. I assume attacking is good here.
Yeah, I mean. Okay. Hmm.
Is that better than
So
just
that should,
playing Gearhulk?
might be.
Well, what I don't like about it is that it doesn't do anything to answer a 6/6.
Does playing Gearhold do anything? Is your plan to discard the wreath?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I don't know. Their card's a random card.
Yeah, but like our wreath.
Oh, I guess. I mean, we could also just discard the fear. If you really care
Huh.
about Reef that much.
I guess that I don't want to do that. Hmm. I had some growth.
About just not discarding the fear.
Yeah.
It's okay. We'll hit stock up land. Or sorry, not stock up
Hmm.
land. We'll hit town land. Nice. We hit
Okay.
town
Let's
land.
take. not a perfect plan.
Wait, what about this would you say is imperfect?
Um, well, if they play another demon, it's pretty bad for us. Or if they pick this up, it's pretty bad for us. Or if they pick this up, it's pretty bad for us. Or, you know.
Fair enough. Hey, if they like, if they go to 4, they're dead to our nightmare fear.
This is true. Okay, well, they did not go to 4.
Okay, well, do you want to take some legal game actions?
Well, we don't not have options.
I guess we
We
can
could, for example, pick
scry.
up
Oh, pick
our.
up Gear Hulk. I see. Huh. And like discard our Restless Reef?
Yeah.
I guess that's interesting. Sure, I guess
And we're the.
that might be good. Or,
Yeah.
well, that might be the play.
I feel like there might have been a way to win this game, but it's kind of hard
I
to
think if
say.
we had discarded the fear, we would be in a much better spot. Because then we didn't need to take land off of stock up, and I think some other spell would have been better than land. But then fear, I mean.
It's not obvious.
No, it's definitely not obvious.
Also, I'm worried the card Unholy Annex might be good in mid-range mirrors.
I mean, that statement seems true. I don't think mid-range mirrors are the reason why you don't play Unholy Annex, you know?
That's fair.
I wonder if this attack is, like, good for us on
Well,
modes.
they can gain 4 life whenever they wish.
Yeah, fair enough.
I assume we should make this attack, probably.
I agree.
Okay, well, fair enough. It seems like we have been defeated by the card Unholy Annex.
That seems true.
Much to consider.
So clearly we must play our opponent's deck now. That's how it works.
Hmm. Hmm.
Do you think we will win
Yep.
by drawing the card Town?
Hmm.
I wanted to scry for the record.
Oh. What? I guess we could have drawn like stock up into like.
No. We just draw the card. This town ain't big enough. We bounce both of their 6/6s. Oh, I guess they attack us with their creature land. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. Okay. I guess probably this card.
That seems like it could be true, yes. How do you feel about
Okay.
Get Out?
I guess that is probably good. This is bad.
I assume Archfiend is kind of mediocre.
All the cards are a little bad. Yeah, I don't know. Like, maybe our opponent's deck is a better version of our deck, but I wanted to cast the card to talk up.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, maybe our opponent's deck is a better version of our deck, but I'm not. I don't like our opponent's deck generally. You know.
Yeah, I mean, it did win the Japanese RC.
Uh-huh. That doesn't mean I
I
have to
agree,
like
and
it.
well, I'm worried you should like decks that win more.
Hey, I thought win more is not that important.
Well, personally, I don't think the deck actually defeats prowess.
Uh,
But apparently, people have been losing to it.
I think that what Center is saying is that they got to play against Prowess only 3 times. Like, it only had to face Prowess 3 times, I think what Center meant by that comment.
No, I don't think that's what they meant.
Oh, okay, I see.
Okay, let's cast Preacher.
Sure.
Like, I don't know. I don't really think this, like,
What do you think is in their
I guess,
hand?
do you want to find out?
I guess we can.
Is it good to find out? Or do you think we should cycle one of these go for the head or something?
I think it's good to find out.
Like, what kind of card would you want to take?
Day of Judgment. I don't think they play that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just want to put a 4/4 on the battlefield.
Well, I just want to put a 4/4 on the battlefield. I'm just worried we should cycle one of our go for the
I think that it's much easier for them to have a like for there to be value in taking one of their cards than it is like I think that's much easier than getting value out of discarding a go for the throat.
Okay. Well, I want to take nothing.
Great. Yeah, like I don't know, sometimes you take nothing. But like what if they just like randomly have like I don't know, some like 2 instant speed removal spells or something that for some reason they haven't cast.
That just doesn't seem possible.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. Mostly it's like I think the go for the throats in the hand were completely fine. Like I feel like our hand was good.
Yeah, that's also possible. Do you want to be more threat dense?
mm. Do you think the lifelink death touch creature is like secretly good?
Oh, it might be secretly good. Okay, I'm down. Like this?
I kind of want one more go for the throat.
Okay. Over.
Is negate like actually good? I feel like it trades down a lot,
Okay.
except against Annex.
I'm just worried. The card I'm worried about from the deck is Annex, you know?
Yeah, but we have like 4 duresses.
Okay.
Like mostly, I don't really want to negate any of their like other things.
Yeah, I mean, like, the data certainly shows decks such as Mono Black and Orzhov being good against Travis. I kind of just don't believe in this for, like, a sufficiently prepared prowess player, but, like, I don't know. Maybe I should, like, be more worried or something. Do you want to keep because we have stock ups?
Sure, why not? What could go wrong?
Hmm. Okay,
I've never played any cards in the first 2 turns of the game. This will be a
do you
first
want
for
to cast
me.
a card?
Presumably.
Well, we could, like,
What's
save it until turn 4 to play around Momentum Breaker, you know?
Wait, isn't it good to play it on turn 1 to play around Momentum Breaker?
Well, now they can Momentum Breaker and then pick it up later. Whereas if you
Uh,
play on turn 4, then it's a little hard.
I guess. Well, it's more like if they don't Momentum Breaker early, then like then we get to then we would get to like play the Preacher on turn 3, you know?
Yeah.
I assume we're casting stock up here.
Um. Okay, let's take one.
They have 2 pain lands. It doesn't make sense to take one.
Well, I guess so. Okay, let's take town.
Do we want Duress?
It's a little late.
Well, I like that Town Duress gives us like a
Oh,
clean 4 mana next turn, at least.
okay.
And like like I don't want to take Fear because taking Fear doesn't is not like a clean mana expenditure really. It doesn't really
Yeah.
accomplish all that much on this battlefield either. I think Duress is the most like useful thing out of those for like our next turn, you know?
So let's discard pain then, probably.
Yep.
Okay, now what do we discard? Preacher? Or is that bad?
What's our plan? Is our plan like duress them and then like probably town the Preacher?
Probably.
I think we can discard Preacher, yeah.
Okay. Huh. Fair enough. Certainly not a great situation.
Well, we can like stock up town next turn. Like assuming that they just cast Archfiend,
That's true.
which would be the
Hey, cast
natural
our
thing to
queen.
do.
Do you want to block or not really?
Hmm. What if I said no?
Okay.
It like doesn't save damage to block. Well, it only saves damage if we're going to like definitely like make that trade at some point with an Archfiend out, right?
Mhm.
Presumably we want Shio.
I agree.
Withering Torment? Maybe?
I guess so. It protects against them drawing Annex at any point.
Yeah. Or like
Not a
just
great plan.
or like I don't know, we might just need to like kill this Archfiend at some point, you know?
Mm-hmm. This would have been a lot better to go for the throat.
I agree.
Such is life.
Nice. We get to get him in quotes. I wonder if they'll just like let their 1/1 die and like not recast their Archfiend, or cast their Kieran now to like draw a card.
Hmm. I don't think drawing a card is that valuable for them, right?
Probably not, no.
Because they can pick up anything to draw a card. Okay, well,
It
do they
seems that
talent in Torment?
yeah, it seems we have one move. Oh, this Withering Torment
Uh,
card's really bad, huh?
yeah.
It's kind of
With
insane
attack?
yeah, it's kind of insane how much better that would have been as Go for the Throat.
Yeah.
1 mana cheaper and also doesn't cost us life.
Hmm. What should we discard?
What are our outs? Like, do we have any?
I mean, if we draw a... Oh. Hmm. We could draw Carsey Revenant.
Uh, is that an out? Do we need to discard children so we can draw a stock up into Carsey Revenant or something?
Well, Carsey Revenant costs 3.
Yeah, so we can stock up, well, as in like stock up Carsey Revenant and a 1 mana spell. I don't know what 1 mana spell it would be, but some 1 mana spell. Like,
Okay. Oh, because they have... Oh, I see why Carsey Revenant is not an out. Hmm. I see. Okay, well... I see.
hmm,
Hmm.
much to consider, as they say.
I agree.
As they say as well. Do you want to play
Hmm.
more of this, or would you like to at least make some edits?
I'd like to make some edits. I'm not exactly sure what edits.
Mm-hmm. I kind of feel like the cards are just like a little underpowered.
Hmm.
Like, okay, I have a claim about stock up. My claim about stock up is that it's a good card when you like are casting like other good cards with it, and not when you're like doing whatever this is. You know? Like,
Hmm.
Stock up is very
Yeah.
good when you're like triggering your cutters for free while doing it, or like when you have a game-ending combo, like Omni does, or if you're like casting way above rate cards like Nurturing Pixie, you know?
Hmm.
And it's like not as good when you're casting Fear of Isolation or random 4-drop creatures.
Hmm.
I think that is my diagnosis of this deck, so to speak.
Hmm. I think I agree.
Uh, in that case, you want to switch to a different deck?
Sure.
Do we have a different deck?
Not really.
Uh-huh. We could also just end stream early or something like that. It's like fairly early, but we did learn things.
I agree. Do you want to play one game of prowess?
Sure, we can play one game of prowess.
It even has a questionable card in it.
Ooh, I love questionable cards. Wait, what? This is the first I've heard of this.
You should definitely not main deck this card. I feel like it's I feel like it might. Okay, battles are kind of interesting in the mirror to me
That's interesting.
because like
Are you sure
you
that's
want
the
cards that
best
swing.
battle for the mirror?
I am not sure because like
Notably,
right here, the problem with battles is that all of them are pretty bad.
hmm
But I feel like the card type is pretty strong in the mirror because like you're able to like both sides are attacking. You know? Oh
Yeah,
wow. Okay.
lol.
Lol.
Hi, Peter. I is this what Peter meant by I have a deck? um. Oh right, I remember seeing you saying somewhere in some channel something about invasion of Gobakan.
Yes. Unfortunately, that card is not blue or red.
Indeed. Are we plotting Slickshot? Sorry, are we like doing something with Slickshot on turn two, or are we just cutting?
Um,
It's
this
more,
is a cast flick shot, right?
yeah, it's more damage to cast Slickshot, I think.
Yeah, I don't want to use an invasion that doesn't do something on its front side.
Have you considered the fact that you can cast Invasion of Regatha and like ping a unequipped monk or otter and deal 5 to
I
their
did not.
face or 4 to their
I did
face?
not. Port at the face. I did not consider that part. I forgot it dealt 1 damage.
I think that's what it does. I mean, I might be wrong. I think
I
that's
mean,
what
I
it
agree
does.
that's what it does.
Okay.
Okay, are we dying? We
Uh,
might be a little bit dying.
maybe. You know, what's a little dying between streamer and viewer? Um, well, I presume that we are casting. Do you think? I presume we're casting Corey and a cantrip, and not like doing the unhinged thing of looking for a like bounce spell immediately. You know?
Yeah.
Do you think we should attack with Slickshot?
I feel like we should attack with Swift Shot. Do you think we should attack with.
Uh, so if they play Tursa, then it's 3, 4, 5, 6. Like it's like 7 points of haste. So like theoretically, we kind of need to block, right?
I'm not. I don't think we can afford to respect the best thing they can have in
Okay,
this spot.
so then we should attack.
I guess so.
Wait. Oh, okay. To be clear, all that I was proposing was leaving back one thing to block in case of Tursa, which you have empirically now done.
Oh.
I was in for the all attack on the no respect
Oh.
angle.
Maybe it was better. No, but I feel like in general against this kind of card, right? I would rather like chump it every turn, kind of, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, I think it was hard for us to. I guess like, no, yeah, I think it was only Tursa that killed us, right? So like, there's some argument. Wow, Heartfire Hero. There's some argument that we should just like attack this turn and chump every turn starting like next turn.
Yeah, maybe that was better.
Are we stocking up? Are we slick shot?
I want to stock up, I think,
Look for a bounce
because
spell.
yeah,
Sounds good.
there are a lot of outs too for the stock up to be really good here, and then okay.
Wow. Stock up was very good here. Ooh, is it time to invasion? It does make 2 chump blockers. With trample even.
Do you think we should actually take invasion? We could. Let's take invasion for fun.
Sure, we can take invasion for fun. I like fun.
I'm not sure I like fun.
Oh. Then this was a punt, if you don't like fun. Some of the problem with invasion is we can't attack it down with just slick shot next turn. It would be nice if we could. Do you think that Peter's deck contains the card Monstrous Rage?
This is certainly possible.
Do you think we're going to cast the card Invasion this turn? It does make chump blockers, as mentioned.
I guess I'm a little worried about the card Monstrous Rage. Okay, so okay, how do you feel about leading on opt? Is that bad?
I kind of like leading on opt. It might be bad. Like leading on opt is saying like I guess like if we find monstrous, if we find something to kill to get this scholar out of the way, then it's like lethal anyways.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice.
Cool.
It's something to get the scholar out of the way. And we get to win with our emotional support Segovia in hand.
Would it happen guaranteed lethal with the Swister instead of the Segovia?
Well, guaranteed is a funny word because we didn't know what Peter would play or how he would attack. You know?
This is true.
So, I'm not convinced that that's a claim that we can make. Are you sure we should be bringing in... Wait, was there white man on that side? I guess there probably was.
Yeah.
Okay. But mostly, like, you know, that did look like a slightly different deck than Oculus usually is. So.
Okay. This card is bad, I think. This card is... I hate this card in general.
Hey, but you can hold it up with your Cadus Sea Tyrant of Segovia.
Okay, this card is complicated.
I love complicated cards.
Okay, well, it kind of seems like we should remove the card Invasion of Segovia from our deck, unfortunately.
Unfortunate. Truly a
Wait, do we have it?
tragedy.
Okay, wait. Actually, this is going to be a difficult task. Typeboarding. So
Uh, so Draycatcher is good, is what I'm hearing.
I think Dreamcatcher is good
I mean, I
in
believe
this
it.
matchup.
I just like haven't had experience with this matchup, so.
No, I mean, there's certainly arguments being made that you should just be raising them instead of trying to do this stuff.
How do you
But
feel about Swift Spear? Is Swift Spear good?
I think Swiftspear is good.
Okay.
Like, basically, if your goal is to end the game before, like this is a matchup where you can't let them have forever because their creatures get too big.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'm gonna like do a scientific split.
Okay.
You can consider cutting some of these cards, but I don't want to. You could also wait. No, I want to do this. Never mind.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Also, if anybody sees this mana base with 2 Thundering Falls and 3 Striven Reaps, no, they didn't. It's wrong.
I didn't see anything. As far as I'm
Uh,
concerned, you have a mana base of only volcanic islands.
how do you feel about this hand?
It certainly has a lands that are only volcanic islands.
Do you think we should mulligan because it's borderline and doesn't contain cutter?
I feel like this hand has no threats and no stock up, so I am not a fan.
Okay. Would you say if this hand has stats or stock ups?
Well, no, but it's on 6, so you know.
Hmm. Do you think we should just bottom the one card that does anything, or do you think we should bottom a different card?
uh, I don't know.
I kind of want to bottom the one card that does anything, but
Sure,
it might be wrong.
sure, I'm down.
Wow, we drew.
Wow, a threat.
That might be kind of awkward to catch. Do you think we should slate first so that we can use our red mana next turn?
Oh, right. Okay, yeah, I like that. I was like, wait, why is it awkward? But I forgot. I don't have enough experience playing with. Should we take land? I guess
Um,
I guess Flood Mod
I
is
think
too
that
strong, and we're too
yeah.
likely to see a like 2 land cantrip thing, or just draw a natural land.
Okay, well,
Well, no land from over there.
do you want to play Sphere, attack, and hold up opt? And just like lock their shock, and
I
they're
like
just
that.
1 mana forever.
I like that a lot. I also like that if this like like we're also holding up Flood Maw in case of profts.
Hmm.
Like I assume we want to Flood Maw this.
I guess so.
Like it prevents 2 counters, makes them spend mana again. Nice.
Okay, let's split again. I think,
Yeah.
and then
Classic sorcery
probably hold
speed.
up. Okay, let's take Cutter.
I like taking the best card in our deck. If we saw a Cutter stock up, would you take Cutter or stock up? I assume stock up.
I feel like I would take Cutter in this spot specifically, but
Okay. I guess
definitely close.
maybe okay, if an opt was a land, I assume you would take stock up.
Hmm. Okay, well, Do you want to tap the opt or not really?
Uh,
Kind of feel like not really.
it's it's very close.
I agree it's close.
I think we can hold it.
Um, what if I want to bottom this?
I kind of also want to bottom it.
Land is just like so
Nice.
good here.
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to attack with both or one?
I think I want to attack with one.
Okay.
Because, like, the nature of their stuff is, like, a lot of the stuff. A lot of the stuff that they could play, like, starts at, like, for example, Helping Hand on this thing, right? Like, starts small, and if they try to grow it, you can, like, torch it in response.
Well, it's not a perfect plan because this
Well,
will probably target FOMO.
well, sure. But like then like a future flood mob becomes good. Basically, what I'm saying is that like holding up torch has value, and I don't want to be like forced into using it for like a somewhat mediocre trade, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like I understand that most likely the FOMO gets grown, but
Okay, I assume I should take this. Like
I I agree.
I feel like our plan is try to kill them in our own turn.
Yeah, I like that plan.
It's not a plan without flaws.
Certainly not. Far be it from
Okay,
any
so
plan to not have flaws.
that was not helpful. Let's start with opt.
Yep.
This is not pure mana.
No, but it is torch mana. Is that helpful?
Huh. Uh,
So right
good.
now we have if we after we cast another spell, we'll have a 3, a 3, and a 2. So that's 8. That's 8. And theoretically, if we cast 2 spells after that, it's lethal. So
Yeah.
I think that's just good, right?
Well, okay, so there's a face of torch basically, right?
Yeah.
Because this Mako this hero was not cast.
Uh, we get to torch the. I guess like if the torch gets bargained, that beats us.
Hmm.
Maybe we should bottom. Uh, well, torch getting bargain doesn't straight up beat us, right? Like in that case, we no it does with delirium. What's delirium count? Okay, torch bargaining
Uh,
would make delirium. Okay,
okay. So should we bottom then?
I think so.
Okay.
And we're like
Hmm.
that didn't really help. And we're looking for like Floodmaw or something.
Does that help?
It makes us not dead.
Uh, okay, I'm keeping it then. Ah! Okay, well, that was bad.
I wonder what Arena thinks is the state of the game is right now.
Uh, okay, I feel like we couldn't beat a torch, so this is a little bit nonsense. But that's alright.
Where do you think this scorching shot is? Do you think we'll be able to cast it? I think the
I don't
answer
know.
might be no. Oh, okay, no, we can. Or maybe?
Nice. Okay, well, we are just dead, probably. It was burst lightning.
Wow.
Wow. I guess we were punished.
Yeah.
Look, I didn't expect it to contain burst lightning.
Common closed deck list L. Okay, well, we should concede.
Okay, would you say we have learned anything about how these games play out to change our deck list?
I haven't.
Okay, I think Catch is just better. I don't know.
Then Slick Shot?
Yeah.
That's very believable.
Like, the thing is that, like, you're definitely racing them, but it's also, like, I don't know. It's just, like, a lot less likely that your opponent just, like, has a thing, and then it gets blocked forever.
No, they're definitely playing at least both. Or at least one of both.
Okay, this hand does not contain Cutter, so...
This one does. Keep bottom Torch, or Torch or Hatcher. One of those two.
Well, it's a bottom Talent.
I feel like Torch becomes a lot worse without Talent.
Oh, that's true. Okay, I think I vote Torch.
Okay.
And then...
Nice. Are we...
Not my favorite land, but...
Yeah.
Okay, I want to jam Hatcher, I think.
Okay. Land would be a good draw here. Ooh, Thundering Falls would be a very amusing draw here. Ah, Inti. Punish for not keeping the torch, I guess.
Yeah, maybe that was bad. Much to consider.
Should we just play second Hatcher? Or like attack first, play second Hatcher?
Yeah, that seems like the thing to do.
I guess we could like surveil after attacking.
I assume that's not good right now.
I agree. I believe the card we are looking for is Into the Floodmaw.
I agree.
Is that a Tursa that they discarded?
Yes. Huh.
Do you want
double block?
I like double blocking. Like, I don't know.
Wait, are they allowed to assign 2/2 or 1/1 with the new rules?
They are allowed to sign 1/1. Yes.
Interesting.
I don't know what the double attack was about.
Ah.
Okay, well, I mean...
Okay, well, that's a good draw.
I agree.
Let's Corey and Sleva?
Yep.
I guess we could have been more patient about it. Like, we could have just played Talent and then taken 5 more damage and...
I don't really like taking 5 more damage. I feel like it limits our options to take, but I feel like taking 5 more damage limits our options meaningfully.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, well, I believe they have Helping Hand in their hand.
I agree.
Like, Eyeball is good, and like maybe we wanted to be able to bounce Eyeball, but like at the same time, being at 5 higher life is meaningful against Eyeball, you know?
Hmm.
You want to start by opting?
Well, I might want to talent.
How do you feel about the claim? What if I would keep a land on top because it maybe lets us bounce the sideball in the future?
Oh.
Or like, I don't know, Scorching Shot is a card that we could draw. I feel like talent is dreaming too small.
What if I... But if you have this off, then we can have outs of killing them next turn.
Hmm. I'm a little I'm a little suspicious of that.
Like, bouncing this Oculus isn't even good on this turn.
It is on their end step, maybe.
Oh.
I guess it would be uh I guess that gives up a trigger. Did we actually want to move
Maybe.
that? I think we weren't supposed to move it.
Oh. Really?
I don't know. 1 4-power attacker might be better than a 3 and a 2.
I don't think so.
Like, do you think they want to trade?
Oh. Hmm. Okay, yeah, you're right. Sorry. Yeah, maybe this play was also just not working.
You can say that we're mid bounce by the fact that we are like, in the middle of bouncing. I don't know what we're in the middle of bouncing or how, but we are. Don't worry about it.
Hmm.
That does not look like it kills our opponent or saves us.
I agree. Hmm. Much to consider.
Indeed.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We did in fact just flat out lose to this, right?
I'm
guess
pretty sure we
I,
did lose to the Thundering Falls.
I guess there was no way to know like whether this was the extraneous Thundering Falls or the real Thundering Falls. But
Do you want me to flip a coin right now? I can flip a coin right now.
flip a coin right now.
Okay. Would you like to call odds or evens?
Odds.
Okay, so odds means that it was the extraneous one,
Sure.
and we got punished. Also, wait, I thought you said that we weren't supposed to look at it. Anyways, it was even.
Okay. So we didn't get punished.
Well, you could say that maybe we were supposed to play 0 Thundering Falls.
Yeah, but I don't think that's true. Violent Urge is legal, huh?
Yeah, people even play it in modern cutter decks.
Yeah, I forgot that was just like a standard card that was legal in modern instead of, a modern card.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Wait, our math. I think pretty canonically, coins have 2 sides, odd and even. Were the Heartfire scary? No.
Yeah. I don't know, like all the one shots are really bad. You have to play them, but it's hard to say because part of the point of Spyglass Siren is that it can transform into a different card. In fact, that's like most of the point of a Spyglass Siren.
Yeah, the most of the point of a Spyglass Siren is it almost says cantrip on it. Like, it's not
Well,
that close to saying cantrip, but you know.
it says cantrip, like it's like 40% of a cantrip or something.
Smoothing. Sometimes it's better to bin your Oculus than to draw it. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's certainly plausible that Heartfire Hero is better. It's also possible that you could play like Combat Courier. I thought about this, or like, you know.
Yeah, I know. I think like Marcy was playing Combat Courier.
Wow. Huh. I didn't realize people were actually playing Combat Courier.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure Marcy and Island registered one Combat Courier at the RC. Would you say that we got data for our emotional support invasion of Segovia?
Not really, because we didn't face the matchup it was for. But I'm pretty sure it's probably bad. But I wanted to try it, you know?
Uh-huh.
It like, it's a type of card that is good, but it's probably a little too bad as a card, you know? But like, it's a type of card that would be good in the matchup if it wasn't bad. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's intended for the mirror where like you can both sides are attacking, so like you'll be able, like, I feel like sometimes a good amount of the time you'll be able to attack a battle and then have a huge tempo swing on the turn you play it. But
well, yeah, I mean the question is like, is attacking this battle worth 4 points of damage to your opponent? And like, it kind of makes 5 power of stats, but it's not clear that that's true, you know?
Yeah.
Because like, it's not just that it's worth it. Like, you don't just need to think about, is this worth literally 4 points of damage? You also need to think about the opportunity cost of like putting this card in your deck, right? That costs 3 mana.
Yeah.
I think Tarkir is more believable to me. I'm still a little, I'm still fairly skeptical.
Yeah, the problem is that 5 is more than 4. Like, definitely in order to make the Segovia card good, you would definitely have to play Four Sisters. Like, in order to try to make the Segovia card good, at least.
Yeah.
And it's very easy to like Segovia with 2 Sisters, but you can't do that with a Tarkir. Anyhow.
How do you feel about the invasion of the Giants?
Is that the one where like, I definitely put that in a deck at one point.
It's the Call Time Saga. It's not an invasion.
Yeah. I don't remember the exact text of it. Like, does it like discount a giant by 2 or something?
Yeah, it's Scry 2. It's a slow preordained that like launders 2 mana. It's blue red for Scry 2. Then draw a card. Then you can reveal a giant to deal 2 to an opponent or planeswalker. And then the third chapter is next giant costs 2 less.
Why didn't that cutscene play?
Were there good giants?
Bone Crusher Giant.
Oh, that's a good giant. I don't know. I didn't play Standard when that card was legal. I'm not the one to blame.
Okay. Anyway, so we decided that this deck was bad because if you want to play a deck with Stakov in it, you have to put cards that are really, really good in it. And this card doesn't. This deck doesn't have any of the really, really good cards.
Or at least, like, you need to do at some point do something disproportionately impactful.
Yeah. And then.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll be back tomorrow, probably. Probably?
I assume so.
Sure. We might be. Do you think we'll be playing Modern tomorrow?
Do you think you have modern ideas? I can't
I have
say
some
that.
modern ideas.
I can't say that I've ever thought about modern. You know. Maybe I should.
Famously having top-aided a modern PT without ever thinking about modern.
Well, I thought about Nadu. I didn't think about modern.
Fair enough.
If I'm lucky, maybe I'll never play a modern PT ever again. For no common reasons. Anyway.
Anyways.
Thank you all for watching. Let me get a Twitch chat open so I can type !YouTube for those who want to check out our VODs. I recently uploaded a bunch. I don't know if you want that, Dom. Dude, I don't know if anyone wants to think about Nadu more. But yeah, check out our YouTube if you would like to see any of the past streams that you've missed. Is there somewhere we should raid? Presumably somewhere. How do you feel about this person? That's not how you spell that, but typo.
Sure.
Okay, let's raid Emma Skyward, who is currently doing modern prep and also Minneapolis recap. Oh, should we do a brief update on how we did at Minneapolis? If not very.
Sure.
I did not make day 2.
I did not make day 1.
That's our recap. I guess more specifically, like a week ago, like a week before Minneapolis, I was still of the opinion that I wanted to register Otters, and that like I thought that Otters was a better deck for me to register than Prowess. Less than a week before Minneapolis, once I saw Prowess like playing more Floodmons and Drake Hatchers, I changed that opinion, but did not have time or energy to change the deck I was registering. And then I played in Minneapolis, and I agree more with my less than 1 week before Minneapolis self than my 1 week before Minneapolis self. So I don't know. I, at this point, would not recommend people play decks that aren't Prowess. Kind of. Well, known decks that aren't Prowess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you all for watching. Maybe next week you'll see whatever this deck is.
Yeah, I mean, like, the card Guardian of Numenali is kind of good against Prowess. In some ways.
Kind of. I don't know. I feel like playing a card that lets you cast 0 mana shocks isn't that great, but anyways, bye.
Yeah.